everybody, and it's again a pleasure to be here as the last 3 years, Rob. Thank you. I will present Cloudeo Geo Marketplace. And what's the Cloudeo Geo Marketplace about? Just again in a nutshell, it's our ambition to make geo services, but not only geo services, actually micro geo services, affordable and easy accessible for our customers, and by doing so, actually increasing the business of our partners. When we talk about easy accessibility, we not only talk about easy access in technical wise, it's also commercially wise, so that you can really buy it easy and that you're also legally safe how to use it. So it's not just technical easy access, it's commercial easy access, and it's legal easy access. Okay. Oh, I don't have my, I'm not really set up. I talked the last 2 years when I was here about our vision of Cloudeo, about bringing the sharing economy, about these concepts to this geo economy, to make a geo sharing, and because we believe this makes us altogether more successful. This year I do it different, because I think after long visions and talking, we should make a snapshot. We should have some key performance measures. Are we going in the right direction? Are we just dreaming, or is something happening? And I said, okay, one of the key performance part is to see how does the marketplace populate? And as everybody talked about data and a little bit looking to our host, Harris, for software, I thought I don't start with the data, I start with the software. And so what you see here is software we have on our geo marketplace. It's just a small selection, and that's also nice, that it's just a small selection. But definitely with ENVI in the cloud on our virtual desktops, together with Starscape, which is now available underneath, photogrammetry from Spacemetric, Quack from Spectral Sciences, and also from a different provider, Photomod, for doing 3D anaglyph, or services like change detection service, and very proud to also say LA Genesis Workbench now, which builds upon ENVI again. I think we have a good stack of software already there. What does it mean to the customers? How do they embrace it? Yes, they embrace it. I can tell everybody who's using it, or no, not everybody, 95%, they embrace it and they like it because they get the full functionality of the software they are used to. It's readily installed, they can just go ahead, they don't have a maintenance, it's easy to access data, and they can go for time licenses if we go for these virtual desktops. Is it where we are going? No. But it's a very good step on our way because, yeah, we all need to make money, and it makes sense to look to the real things. And also, Laurie mentioned, you don't talk about file download. It's forbidden, but it's happening. And that's why we have to do the realistic transitions from where we are, going to the cloud, make it more and more easy, but taking our customers with us on this way. The other one, which made it even more harder for me, to select out of our collection, and again, this is for me a key performance measure. I don't know how long I was sitting to select few of our services here. What are we providing on geodata? When Cloudeo talks about geodata, we mean everything which could have a geotag. Can be AS messages from ships, can be the targos, can be weather data, are of course satellite images, are airborne images, are UAV data, and elevation data, and of course also thematic maps, everything what derive out of it. In my working in this process now, I have given up to talk about raw data, data, value-added data, and information, because it doesn't bring me any further. Because wherever I step in the value chain with my customers, he thinks about some completely different things about raw data and information. So we talk simply about geodata, and this can be anything in this chain. And I also like that I finally decided to put up one of our latest products, making SAR data usable. So you see up there a polarimetric mosaic of SAR images. And once you have brought the expert knowledge in, which is not easy stuff, Laurie, as you said, but it brings the brain in that now field workers can go for field boundaries and further ahead. Okay, because I like it. I just want to give you some more examples on it. This comes from one of our partners, High Speed Computing, which we found in this great conference last year's, and now have built up first solutions. Here you see a water mask, and it actually can be used to make your NDVI calculation better, but it can be used to reservoir monitoring. And this is what we did for South Africa, in this case for Baldam, which is a very important reservoir. And you see here an image from October 2016, where it was nearly dry. People were frightened. And the nice thing is, not due to the water mask algorithm, but due to the rain, we see that the reservoir is now filled up again. Just a different one, which is for everyone who wants to go vacation. This is Greek, where I'm going to. This is the landmask application. Landmask means we can focus on the water areas, and it actually takes out the clouds, it takes out the land, and then the subsequent analysis can work what's really into the water, algae blooms, or so on. This is a further application we're doing with a partner in Norway. It's an automated land cover map classification from Sentinel data. And when we talk here about automated, it doesn't mean that the analytics is automated. The automation goes from a customer coming on our store, selecting his area, ordering this part, paying us. Then the algorithm starts to access the data on the cloud or downloading the data, doing the processing, packing everything up in a package the customer needs, delivering the package, and finally, sometimes we have to do some manual reporting with Harris. It's all difficult with them. But finally, it goes to the reporting to our partners. Here is a completely different application we're doing together with our partner, Digital Globe. We tie into their GBDM archive with a very, very simple web interface. And also when you look down to the pricing, so the simplest and easiest solution, it's just 159 euros. This means a customer can tie into this whole archive for this amount of money. There's some limitations to that. He can, with one click, only get 1 square kilometers, but this is exactly enough to show my site, to show what's happening there. And it not only sees the latest image, he goes back into the full archive. And so we're very proud that we could do this together with Digital Globe as a first attempt from our platform to tie into their archives. And here you see it just in work. I looked for the Denver area. You see around also the Brown Plaza, and you see the long list of data which are available. I can tie into, and here you see it centered. And the nice thing is we see here an image from 2012, and you see this parking area. And then the next image shows it goes on construction. And we look to 2016, we see that the building is put up. And we would go to 2017. I don't show it to you. You log in and you look for yourself. Go to that. It's the Cloudeo Store. And it's very, very easy to use. Just, it has 4 simple steps. You log in, you search for your data, you configure, and put this data into your cart as you do it with an Amazon buying a t-shirt. It's just a little bit more of configuration. It's not just the size and the color, it's also the area where you get something. You check out and pay, that's very important for us and everyone. And you can then access the data. How you access it is really dependent on the application. There are applications and customers, again, they want to have simple files. There are online. Of course, they want to have apps, whatever. So this really depends on our partner who is bringing the algorithm. So we don't restrict it to something specific. We want to adapt, and we want to be flexible. And we know we have to be, because we really embrace all these great data analytics, data scientists, and we don't want to make their life harder. We want to make it easier for them. Here is just a short picture how it looks like on the store, and maybe you just can put on the one to see it, one view to the live store here. Can you just click on one, please? Okay, then we just go ahead like, can you just go back, or can I do that? Oops. No, okay, we just go from here. So when you log into the store, you can find for the products, you find all of them listed. Then you see a thin client where you can configure your what you want as a customer. So you select, for example, the area. Here it's Denver downtown. I select the start date when I want to have the analytics. I get a calculation, what is the area, I get a calculation for the price, and again, I'm down here at $40 if I want to get an urban heat island map of Denver area. And this brings me also, and I really like what I heard from Nicholas, we have to go also to this long tail, and this is our ambition, not stick only with the big chunks, with the big entry barriers for customers. Make it easy for them to tap into it without risking a huge budget, and without even telling us a lot what their business might be, and without telling us, do you HH polarization or something like that. If I order this, if I have it configured, I put it into the shopping cart, that's the image above, and then, if it's paid, it will pop up in the dashboard of the customer in the store and shows, okay, it's processing, and after a certain time, this depends on the algorithms, can be minutes, can be hours, can be months, if it's a monitoring service. Then he finds here a button, click here, and then he would get a result like this. And here I have to thank our partner Harris. Not only they provided the ENVI Analytics underneath, tied together with our store and buying part, but they also developed the application for this. And again, I want to highlight, we have here a fully automated process. It is set up, and this area is now, including tax, $45 USD. If we just make it a little bit larger and we get in the nice flavor of also of the Rocky Mountains, we are still in 165 USD. We could say we hate it as salespersons. No, we don't, because this will make us scalable because it's all automated. We have some challenges to face, but that's later. Let's look a little bit onto the backside of the platform. So from a customer's view, he orders through the thin client, as we just saw. This triggers the platform to work, and then he gets back his results. Let's look a bit inside. Whenever there comes an order from the store, it creates a JSON file, and together with the database, what we have in the customer profile, the order orchestration system knows then what to do. It knows which data it should search for, which data it should download or access. If there is some pre-processing needed, then it orchestrates the full production, which can be one analytics on ENVI, which can be a chain of analytics which come together. And then it goes, when it's ready for publishing, means put it together as a stack, as a zip file, or as a web service, or whatever. And in parallel, there runs all the billing, the accounting, the logging, that we can check what's happened there, and the partner reporting. Because whenever we sell an analytics, let's say produced by high-speed computing, use the ENVI Analytics. There goes a share to high-speed for the analytics, there goes a share to Harris for the underlying software, and there goes a share to us because of the billing. The analytics, I have to mention, they are not sitting. You shouldn't see Cloudeo platform as a closed IT platform. We connect to all the different clouds, what just makes best use for our customers. So we are working with clouds in Poland for some parts, in Switzerland. We are tying into Amazon. We are tying wherever it is the best for the analytics. And we combine it in this flow. That's why this analytics taps out a bit here. And here is something special. Let me first say, what are the costs for our partners? If they want to bring up analytics, there are no setup fees, there's nothing like this, but they have to take care out of their share for software they might need and for data they might need. If they are using ENVI Analytics to do that, then this share is covered by Cloudeo, because we really embrace this great technology, because we really think this will bring our sharing economy forward. And so together with the revenue sharing concept with Harris, I think this is very, very innovative that we could establish this in this environment. So really we want no entry barriers for a geo marketplace, not from a customer perspective. You should be able to buy on a 10 euro basis, on a €1 basis, those services, but also for our partners, analytics, bringing things up. And so it's free for everyone. It's risk-free, there's no membership fee, there's no setup fee, there's no base. We have a very simple agreement which covers us in the basics. It's quick and easy onboarding. You don't have to tie in technically to get started. It can be just a quote, it can be just a very simple start over that. We have a lot of complementary geo and admin services. Actually, all the gray boxes are complementary services from Cloudeo. And this control of this platform allows you very flexible business models. So to sell your services on click basis, on time basis, on area basis, whatever you need. Okay, so far, let's say a part of a snapshot, and we really see things are taking up and they are accelerating, I can say from month to month now. And so we are running into real business and we are running into real business topics. We already anticipated them, but they are real. What you see here are several services and you see the pricing up there. So the landmask is 3 cents per square kilometer. Great. Couldn't we go higher? No, we can't. Because we have to prove with remote sensing analysis that we provide a value to the business which is valuable for the customer. And he simply tells me, no, if you charge more, it doesn't bring the value yet. So I have to stay low, and I cannot only have one algorithm, it has to be more algorithms. We're talking here with a customer in Netherlands, so the green one is a customer. He has his customer in Nigeria. The providers for this service, at the end, as it looks like, come from US, Harris, high-speed computing, but all the company from Austria building the radar analysis. So I have multi-currencies, sharing 3 cents, sharing multinational legal systems. Yeah, okay. We are all, okay. So we tapped into this idea, okay, we have to look for something different to help us out here. And so we don't sell it anymore for euros and not anymore for dollars. No, I'm joking. But yes, there is a new store, an EUHOP store with ESA, where we build it up, where you now can buy worldview data for credits. You can also buy their ENVI for credits. How does it work? On this store, you have to apply for credits. So where do you get credits from? You get credits from the European Space Agency, because the European Space Agency wants to support new projects using hosted processes for research. So if you want to get those credits, you can't buy them. You go there and you say you have a good project and ESA will evaluate it. If ESA agrees on that, then they give you credits. And then you can use those credits and spend it on this dedicated EUHOP store. So EUHOP stands for Earth Observation Hosted Processing for Science. Okay. We suddenly found out very night at midnight, I think, that we need a shorter name to bring it in, and then it was EUHOPS. Okay. A shopping cart in EUHOP Store, it looks different. So it has credits, and a typical one is you buy worldview data for credits. You buy a workbench on which you can use those data, so this processing environment, for credits, and you use ENVI and Starscape for credits. What is the nice thing from a provider's point of view? Of course, all these things are kind of supported and funded, so you don't want to really release and make a comparison in euros and so. So we use this as an intermediate step. That was the entry point. But we are very, very much encouraged by doing so. The customer pays then, he doesn't select invoice or bank transfer, he says EUHOP's credits, and he can have different projects at ESA with different numbers of credits on it. So as you have credit cards with different numbers. So he can select one, he buys one, and this is really working, and then it starts. The project is up since 1st of April, and we get more and more interest in it, and we just hope that ESA is putting the next money on it to budget it more, but we are very happy. This process, what we encourage here, and this problems with chaining so many systems together, really made us a decision at Cloudeo that we have to do a new technology move, a new step ahead, and we will embrace the blockchain technology exactly to address this point, to move to smart contracts. And we know that our system architecture is already very, very well built up to embrace this. So then we can use smart contracts, we will use the blockchains, and we are issuing a new currency, and this is Cloudeo token. And if you are interested in it, how I want to build this ecosystem around, it's up and running since 1 week. we initiated the non-profit organization Cloudeo Foundation to issue those tokens, and this will happen this fall. If you want details, log in there, come there. We think that this is the next step we have to take to make really microgeoservices successful economically, and I think we need it for the whole market. We not just can go for the big tails, we have to go to the long tail, to the repetitive and easy sales process there. Thank you.